Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Plant a Garden TV. How you guys doing today? What's going on this beautiful day, guys? Happy gardening to everyone. Shout out to all the hardworking people who get up and do their thing. Shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to all the people who trying their best to make things work. Shout out to each and every one of you. Yes, guys. So today we're gonna be talking a little about gardening and natural gardening. All right, guys. On this channel, for the people who knows me, on this channel we only talk about natural gardening. We only grow our food from natural product that nature present for us. We do not use any farmer anything that comes from the store. We use the land and we observe nature, and then we apply the method that nature presents. We also look back into the earlier time in gardening when what the older people used to be using. And no time is different now. And a lot of people gonna say, well, that was back then. And this is now. But yes, I understand that, but you still can use that method because that method is still working today. There's people today with myself that showing proof that this method works still. And so we try to grow our food natural and we try to show people that it actually works. Full proof that it works. So right now we in gardening season and we in November. And November, it's a real beautiful time for garden season. A lot of people might agree with that, but believe it or not, it's one of the best time to be in the garden. Why it's one of the best time to be in the garden? Because this is the time you getting ready to move from the fall into the winter. This is the time, and this is a change in the atmosphere, in the soil that we all need to really get acquainted with. Why? Because after we step out of the fall, which the fall is not the real time that you get the real cool air. We get the cold air mostly in the winter. So within that time, in the fall, you need to start walking on that soil. Now is your time to walk on the soil, whether you're doing container or whether you're doing in ground. Now is the best time to walk on your soil. Get your soil prepared and ready for the spring. A natural garden, the only thing with a natural garden, it takes a lot more physical work. It takes a lot more physical work because now you're not using these type of things to eliminate the weeds that grows up in your garden. You're not using them to get rid of the bugs them. You're not using them to throw around your plant to make them grow faster or to make them grow bigger. So you got to put in that extra work. No, this extra work you putting in, it can be challenging sometimes I'm not going to tell you it's a ball in the park situation. I'm going to tell you it could be very challenging sometimes, but the reward is always great. And if you can turn your garden into a natural garden, your job will become easier. Because the thing about natural garden is it's about maintaining it. It's about going out in the field every 3 days, especially when the plants are babies. You go outside every 3 days and you soften the soil around their root because it's very important for the soil to be soft because these little roots cannot push through the hard ground. So if the soil is soft, these little baby roots will able to spread faster. And by spreading faster, you allowing them to grow the way they're supposed to grow. Many times we back the growth of our plant and we don't even realize it. Many times we back the growth of our plant without even realizing it. This is why sometimes when you look, you see a plant stem not growing. Sometimes when you look, you realize your plant stem, the leaf is very dry and look quail because the root, most of the time, the root is not able to spread the way it want to. A natural garden grows healthier because whatever you put in inside your garden is natural. Can a garden full with different type of chemical compete with a natural garden? From my experience, no. The reason for that is a natural garden, all you got to do is maintaining it, keep adding the natural product to it. And what's going to happen is it draws the earthworms, it draws all the beneficial insect and parasite we need in our soil. We cannot see with our eyes, but many parasites live in our soil. Thousands, maybe millions, live in our soil. Now, with the natural product, they stand a chance of surviving and live. But with the chemical, it can get rid of them. And that's not what we want. Now, all these parasites have play their part and their role in the soil. So we need them. We need them. So a natural garden will be full of earthworm and all the beneficial parasite we need. A garden load with chemical, it will be different. It will be very different because these bacteria that we need in our soil will be decreasing instead of increasing because the smell of the chemical, they might like that smell, and the chemical, who knows, maybe creating situation for them. So it will never be the same. Yes, for some people who not looking deeper, for people who are looking deeper and who just looking at the surface, they might see a person using it for a couple of years and using different type of chemical for a couple of years, and they might see some result, but the result they only see in the surface. they're not seeing the real result, because the result they're seeing, it might be the plants them grow up fast and the fruits they might get big, but guess what? Lack of nutrient, lack of minerals, right? And if you continue using these things in your soil gonna start to get damaged. Your soil gonna start to get weaker. So it could never be the same. It can never be the same. Because you you put in artificial in your soil, and the other person put in real natural product in the soil from what nature provide. It can never be the same. The taste can never be the same. The smell can never be the same. The nutrients can never be, the iron, all that your body need could never be the same. So what I'm saying is, guys, this is garden season, and it is the right time. It is the right time to start working on your soil. Don't wait till the spring, because in the spring, it might be a little too late. Prepare your soil now and allow the winter to pass over it. And then when the magical season begins in the spring, you're going to see a big difference in your garden. I guarantee you, in 3 years' time, some people might say, oh no, this is too long. I can't wait that long. Well, you're growing food. So I guarantee you, in 3 years' time, using natural product that's nature provide, you're gonna see a dramatic change in your soil and the growth of your plant. You're gonna see a dramatic change. All right. So I just wanna say this to you guys, because I know garden season is coming. I'm trying to encourage the people out there to, if you're trying to garden, try your best to do it the natural way. It have a lot of benefit in that form. Lots of benefit. So shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to each and every one. Happy gardening to you guys. Blessings to all. Peace and love.